Okay, well, first of all, kind of like I asked Carlos and Alex before you, October hasn't quite gone the way you guys would like. So, how have you been sort of keeping yourselves in a good headspace? How's the team's reaction been mentally and psychologically this week?
It's just next one up mentality. We got to keep going at the end of the day. It's not over till it's over. So we're looking for 3 points this weekend. We've been working, diligently throughout the week to obtain those 3 points. So no matter what happened in the past 4 games, if we qualify this weekend, it's all game. So we're prepared and we're excited to go into this weekend.
And obviously, whether or not you had your destiny in your hands this weekend, you'd want to win. But how much does it affect you guys or help you knowing that it is in your control if you win? It doesn't matter what anyone else does. The result is good enough. I know it's easier said than done, but how much does it help knowing that it's in your hands?
It's every game is in our hands, really, right? So this is just another game. Obviously, there's a little bit more of importance to it, given the backstory behind it. But we just got to go into this game with the right mentality, knowing that it's just another game, but keeping in mind that it's a crucial one. So we're going into it with the right mentality for sure.
One of the, I would say, defining, not even defining, but just kind of a trend that's been going on over this difficult run recently is the team's not scoring. You obviously get to play against these guys in training all week, not just the 90 minutes at the weekend. Have you been a little surprised that they're not getting the goals? Or is what you're seeing in training kind of not appearing at the weekend or something?
We work towards obviously getting and creating chances in the game. Sometimes you also got to give credit to the opponent. If they're defending well, they're defending well. So we just got to continue doing what we've been doing this week, which is we've done a lot of attacking pattern play. Hopefully that transitions into the game this weekend, so that we can create those goal scoring chances and be clinical in front of goals, so that we're able to get the goals that we need and ultimately come out with 3 points.
And more at your end of the field, Carlos was talking about how El Paso likes to have a lot of players ready to receive the ball, to sort of transition quickly. So is that something you guys have kind of been preparing for and training for this weekend or over the course of this week, knowing that they're going to try and break quickly? And so you in the defense, have you been kind of preparing for that particularly?
Certainly. We've played this team already before, at their home. Their field is a little smaller than ours, so maybe their game plan changes a little bit. We played them here in the preseason game as well, one of the preseason games that we had. So we're familiar with the opponent. We know what they're capable of doing. We just got to make sure that we hone in on our strengths and build upon those, so that we get the 3 points in this weekend.
And besides having a chance to clinch a playoff berth, you're playing your intrastate rival for the Copa de Tejas Cup. So, and you've played El Paso before. So with the playoff berth, does this and having bragging rights for the state, does this give you added incentive to go out and beat these guys?
For sure. Our ultimate goal is to clinch playoffs. So, once we do that, obviously that Copa Tejas is on the line as well. So, we'll gladly receive that. And it's we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone there, right? So, again, we've been working diligently for this weekend, and we're going to be finding those 3 points and clinch a playoff berth.
I think El Paso won it last year, right? They have the ring. So I guess. I guess does the team really want to take that cup, Copa Tejas Cup, and bring it back to San Antonio? Is there, does that add to it as well?
Of course, there's a competitive edge to that, and anybody that's a competitor wants to win and is going to want to win in this case, a trophy, even though it's one interstate. So we're definitely excited for that, and looking forward to lifting that one up for sure.
If we reel back the whole season, 10th anniversary, Fan Christian Night coming up Saturday, what is it parting the SFC and coming back home for the regular season match?
Well, it's exciting to be able to finish at home here after this season that we've had, and obviously celebrating the 10 years of the club. So to be able to close out the season at home. You know, it's great. It's an honor, and hopefully we can come out with 3 points.
And how was the focus level this week? You know, is it business as usual or a little bit something different in the air?
Well, something different in the air for sure, just because you know, we're wanting to clinch playoffs. The focus is the same. You know, perhaps turning it up a notch a little bit, and again, just working towards getting a good result.
And if you could describe this week in one word, what would it be?
Preparation.
Do you feel like the road trip kind of helped you guys? I mean, obviously, if you make the playoffs, you're probably going to be going on the road. So, do you think that that was a good test for you guys? Now you guys can kind of focus on that road trip if you do make the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, it's throughout the season. I think we've done a pretty good job away, and you know, hopefully we can use that to our advantage, and you know, make a good run in the playoffs and come out with a trophy at the end of the day. So we're definitely prepared, and we're ready for what's to come. Awesome. Thank you, guys.